Now, the EKPEYE and the Benin story, the Akalaka.
Okay.
What do you think? What is Benin about EKPEYE?
Okay. According to oral history of people, when we grow up, and we tend to ask the question, where do we come from actually? So we hear a lot of stories that we came from Benin, and I'm not disputing the fact, but the fact is that because someone comes from somewhere, migrated from somewhere, doesn't mean necessarily means their origin.
Hello, wonderful people, the friends of the Unified Igbos now. I welcome you all today. A very beautiful day. Like the saying, get them young. The young minds, the youths are the future of our tomorrow. I'm right here with a very handsome brother, an intelligent one, and talented brother, all the way from EKPEYE in Ahoda East.
West.
Okay, Ahoda West local government area of River State. Please make welcome.
All right, thank you everyone. Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for being part of this Unify Igbos project. I'm so glad to speak to you today about one or two things. A lot of people.
Thank you. So you didn't tell them your name.
Okay, my name is Godsweet Heart Ijere. Thank you.
Okay, Gosway Hearts Ijere.
Yeah,
EKPEYE people.
yeah, people.
EKPEYE. Tell us about EKPEYE.
Okay, from the ones I know, because most people believe that when someone is young, they don't usually know much of the old ways or something like that. But there are people who are willing to dig into the past and know some of those things that the old people know. So from the little I can tell of the Ekwe people are they are very cultural. They value their traditions, their cultures, you know, and from the Munalas, we call it Omunala.
Omenala.
Yeah, Omunala. So I don't know how it is in the other
We
side.
call Omenala.
Omunala.
Some call Omeneli.
Okay.
Some call Omenani.
Okay. Okay. So from Omunala, that's how we call it. We have our masquerades, our New Yam Festival, which we call Ogu.
Ogwegbe.
And some other cultures, our market days, and some of these things.
What are your market days, please?
We have, at least from the ones I can remember, Eke, Uye, so
Uye.
Ehwo,
Eho.
and then some other one like that.
Eke, Uye, Eho, Nkwo.
Something like that, yeah, exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
That is 4.
Yeah, 4.
Okay.
Exactly 4. So these are some characteristics of our Ekpeye people.
Okay.
That's who we are.
Wow. I welcome you again to this Unify Igbos Noun show.
Okay.
You recently released a song in order to celebrate what we are doing and also show support.
Of course.
What's the title of that song?
United we stand.
United we stand.
Exactly.
United we stand. What happened? What really happened? Why did you have to go all that far?
Well, is some kind of appalling when we look into our various cultures, our tribes, our indigenous doings, the things that bring us together. Something that are very similar. You can easily go out and you see your brother, and you'll be very, very happy to say, yes, this is my brother. go to anywhere, but there are some things that will make us to stop. Why? Because some people say, oh, we are not the same. You are your own. Let us be on our own, and let us, then you guys be on your own. But if you take a very closer look, you understand that we are all one. You know, if you take a broom and it's in bunch, it's harder
Yeah.
to break.
Yes.
See, so that is why I just thought, what if we could come together, you know, strengthen ourselves. When we are stronger, it's harder for enemy to just come in and break. So that's what I thought to before I released that song.
Okay. Prior to the Unify Igbos Now movement, which is now spreading like a wildfire, a lot of people are catching it and identifying. Prior to that, what's I mean, how did you see yourself and also the general Igbo populace?
Yes, the Igbo populace, Igbo is very large, very very large, and it has a lot of children. Yeah, coming from different parts. Some are in the southeast, some are in east around here. So I myself, I've been able to fathom some things beyond mere propagandas. Like I should use my head to reason when someone says something. I'm able to use some clues that I can see, some visible elements, and I can usually judge that, man, this thing these guys are doing is one of a kind, and I would really love to show my support in whichever way I can.
Okay, thank you, Mazi Goswell. Well, in recent time, we have really made progress in reaching out to our people that have similar cultures and traditions and languages. And Ekpeye, Ekpeye has always, you know, been. I mean, we have always been serious about how to integrate and carry along our Ekpeye people. Have you had conversation with an Ekpeye person about the Igbo identity before?
Of course, of course, yes.
So how
Yes,
was
those are.
it?
To be frank, most of the time it doesn't usually end well. It doesn't usually. It's clouded by judgment, judgmental stuffs. Some people who doesn't really want to calm down to think for themselves. So most times it usually ends up, in a way that it shouldn't go. But some people too are reasonable, kind of question some things.
Okay. Now, the Ekpeye and the Benin story, the Akalaka.
Okay.
What do you think? What is Benin about Ekpeye?
Okay. According to oral history of people, when we grow up, and we tend to ask the question, where do we come from actually? So we hear a lot of stories that we came from Benin, and I'm not disputing the fact, but the fact is that because someone comes from somewhere, migrated from somewhere, doesn't mean necessarily means their origin. Besides, Benin was a very large empire then. Uh, it's like a city where people of different ethnicity go to do business, do many other things. I heard it's one of the world powers as of back then.
What power?
Is that true? Like, it's a very, very strong empire
I
back
don't
then.
agree with what power.
Okay, what power? You say
Yeah.
strong empire.
Just a
Well done.
regional,
Okay.
just a regional kingdom.
Regional kingdom with a very strong influence, right?
Yeah, they had an influence, yes.
Okay, they had an influence. So it's easier for people to have migrated from there, you know. But what you are going to use to judge whether this story is true or not. It's the evidences. That's
That
what
are
I
on
believe.
ground.
Yes,
Some
evidences.
empirical facts.
Yes, that are on ground. So someone comes to say the person you're looking for followed this road, but you can't see any footsteps in or any footprints on the sand, but you are seeing another footprints in some other road. And you begin to think, did this person fly to pass here, or this is actually where the person walked? Maybe this is just a fabricated story that this person really passed here. It's the evidences that you will use to, point out the main truth of the issue.
Oh, well, that is quite an intelligent analysis from you, Mr. Goswell. Thank you. Okay, so now you you were here. I came all the way to meet you right here in Port Harcourt, a very lovely city. Tell me, how far are you willing to go with the Unified Igbos now?
Um, well, uh, truth doesn't hide. That's one thing I believe. Truth will always find a way to come out. So, even in my own private time, between my friends, we usually have this conversation a lot. And I'm someone who, when I know the truth, I can't just sit back and just allow lies to spread. I always find a way to communicate it out. So I'm willing to, not like I do talk to my people, to try to reason some of these things. So anything to help to be able to sensitize people.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know, it is obvious that whatever the Egbeye, the Quere, the three Akalakas, the Obas, I mean, they have this. Most of your people have this notion that the Igbo people, in quotes, Igbo people, colonized them, and that is why they speak the Igboid
Mm,
language.
mm,
I mean, which part of this Igbo? Because in Igbo, we have the Ngwa, we have the Sioux people, we have the Eka, we have the Okwani, we have
okay.
the Nsuka, we have the Izi, the Mbise, Ohafia, the Aros.
Wow.
Which of these Igbos actually invaded and colonized? Do you think? I mean, according to
Mm,
their story.
wow. This is very deep. Very, very deep. I don't know if they are doing any history, written or oral, depicting an Igbo colony in the east around this side. I don't know if there's any history like that.
There's no history.
There hasn't been any history.
No.
Okay, so it will be absurd to say that Igbo colonized, or was it during the slave trade? I mean, the whole of the
There
southeast
was no
Nigeria
time it was
was,
recorded. It was
yeah.
just, this is, I mean, when you ask most of them, they say if the great man does not say that their forefathers married a lot of Igbo women and corrupted their language,
Wow.
the Bear man will say that Igbos colonized them. The Yoruba have a different version of their own story. So, but then,
Hmm. Well, if someone is talking about colonization and then influencing their languages, let's take the English language, for example. We have the British language and the American English, right? So we are colonized by Britain.
yes,
We normally speak the British English, right? Then we also know our real language. We do not forget our language, despite
that's
that
true.
we are communicating in English language right now.
Yes.
But I know my main language, and so you also. So nobody forgets about that. So what was that's my question today usually. What was the language, the dialect
Yes.
you were speaking
Yeah.
before the Igbos came to colonize you and enforced
Their own
their
language.
own language upon you? Nobody have been able to answer that. What language was that? None. Let's take example. My native name. My native name is Omashichi.
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 Okay.
Okay. And then
Meaning
meaning is it God's likeness or God's will?
God's will. Okay.
Something.
Okay. In the come on. in the general Igbo language,
Yeah.
the central Igbo language, or
Yes.
let me say the union Igbo language
Yeah.
is Omasirichi.
Okay. Masterichi,
Yes.
right?
Okay, yours
That's
is Omashichi.
Omashichi.
Okay. Okay. We're
So,
getting somewhere.
does which part of the Igbo dialect has this, this name, this same pronunciation? I'm trying to, I'm thinking if there's any, then it will not be wise to conclude that so part of Igbo, so dialect came to colonize us, and that's why we are speaking um, the so dialect of the Igbo people. But nothing like that. That is how we have been pronouncing, calling these things from way back anyone can remember. So it is not a colonization thing. It's not an enforced something. My surname, Chidom, which
Chidom,
Chidom,
meaning
meaning God save me.
God save me.
Yeah.
Okay, and the general Igbo will say Chidomam,
Oh,
Chidom, as in Dom, save
okay.
me. Okay, okay,
Wow.
all right.
We
Yeah,
also have,
come right here because of the camera.
all right. We also have Chisom, Chisom, which is God, follow me,
God,
or
Chisom.
yeah,
Okay.
Chisom. So many other things which I cannot even start to begin to list in this video because
Okay.
it's way much
Way
more
much.
longer.
Yeah.
So it would not be wise to conclude when did the Igbos come to colonize? What part, what dialect really came? You can see that there's none of the dialects is how we is our identity.
Yeah.
That's how we've been
From time.
from time.
Autochthonous language.
Yes.
Autochthonous dialect.
Yes.
Okay, now the Ikwere man also, we can ask which part of the Igbos colonized the Ikwere and gave them women that wiped away their languages,
Oh,
their original language, and gave them Igbo. We should say the same thing to the Obas.
yes.
What part of Igbos is it? How powerful are these Igbo people?
I wonder how powerful.
So, and we cannot find any answers to this. All right, so Mr. Let me call you Omashichi. Mr. Omashichi, the Unified Igbos now proponents will be having a general conference, which we call Ndi Igbo Unity Conference, which will be coming up on the 24th day of February 2024.
Okay.
You will be there.
By by God's grace, we all want to make our quotas to make sure that people get this sensitization. Nobody, if you take the lyrics of that song, say nobody coming to drag land with you. Keep your resources, keep your oil. We just need unification of the Igbo nation.
Thank you.
Nobody's coming to drag anything with anybody. So it's good we unite as one. That's just the truth.
Thank you, brother. So, how do you, I mean, in the closing remark, how do you think that we can use music to foster more peace and unity amongst Ndi Igbo and also the world at large?
Okay. Music is very, very strong and powerful. This is my field, and I can say a lot about that. You know, music can act as a way to sensitize the people how we have, I mean, a similar kind of music, especially the Africans. But when you dig deep into the Igbo culture, you find things that are very, very similar. And like music patterns, So we can make the beats, the instrumentals to be more indigenous, which is what I did with the upcoming song. Instead of me making it totally as a hip hop or anything, I just made it in a native
Yeah, with
pattern.
some gongs and
Yes,
really native sounds, yeah?
yes, while also maintaining my style of music. You see, so can use music to talk about different aspects of our culture, unite people, and that's just it.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Masichi. I mean, it has been a wonderful moment with you on this platform. This is the Namen TV, and I am Chukwemeka, the Unified Igbos Now proponent, and we are pushing for the general unity of Ndibo. I thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And God bless.
Thank you.
All right.